Port Vale are new leaders in League 2 after, of course, a fantastic result this past weekend. Breathing down their neck, though, is Doncaster Rovers and Notts County in a new look automatic spots. Who will take advantage this weekend? We will get into that and more next. That's right, everyone. Welcome back today for my League 2 predictions. And today is all about Matchday number 12 this coming weekend, with the likes of Port Vale, Doncaster and Notts County currently heading into League 1. But outside, looking in at the Gills, Walsall, Barrow and Bradford, that's right, that are in the playoffs as we record this video indeed. But it all could change this weekend, and we will talk about that in a minute. Big up to all of you that are watching this right now and supporting the channel. But if you're new, make sure you smash the like button down below and subscribe to the channel as well. Let's try and push towards that 700 mark very soon. And comment your full League 2 predictions down below in the comment section too. I'd love to know what you think this weekend's results will be. But before we get into it, let's go through the League 2 table in full then. So as I said, Port Vale, Doncaster and Notts County are currently in the top 3 automatic places at the moment, with Walsall, Gillingham, Barrow and Bradford in the playoff picture. Very, very close though, with only a few points separating 13th to 7th. Down at the bottom though, Carlisle and Morecambe find themselves in the bottom 2. You're very much struggling with Accrington a few points clear at the moment, but still very, very tight down in there. Mid-table comfortably right now are the likes of Harrogate, MK, Dons and Salford. And yeah, so look, it is going to be an interesting weekend, that's for sure. And we are going to bring you this prediction show to you right now. So let's get stuck into it then, guys. So first up then, on Friday night, of course, Newport County taking on Chesterfield at Rodney Parade. And as the visitors make the long trip to South Wales, they're doing alright in the table, sitting 12th, but they could be doing better. They are actually unbeaten in the last 5 matches under Paul Cook, and so they will want to try and turn those draws though into victories if they can, moving forward. The hosts Newport are coming into this one with back-to-back defeats, and they're currently in 13th place with 15 points to their name as well. Now, these two teams have played 4 times since 2013. 2 wins for Newport, 1 for Chesterfield, and there's been 1 draw between the 2 sides. The last time these 2 teams played in Wales was back in August 2017. Newport coming out on top with a big 4-1 victory. In fact, the last 2 times they've played over in Wales, Newport County have come into this with successive wins. Speaking of wins, there isn't a win between these 2 sides in the last few games, with Newport County's last win coming against Salford back on October the 1st. Chesterfield had to stretch 1 weekend further when they beat Doncaster 3-0 at the Keepmoat Stadium, but they are unbeaten in the last 5 matches, but 4 of those have been draws, so like I said, they could really be doing with turning those draws into victories if they want to move up that table more than they are at the moment. Having said all that, my prediction for this game is a Chesterfield 1-0 win. I just think it'll be very tight, but I just fancy Chesterfield in this one. But yeah, up next, up towards the northwest now, as Accrington Stanley are taking on Barrow on Saturday lunchtime. The visitors Barrow on the back of 2 defeats on the bounce coming to this one, and we're looking to get back to winning ways after winning just once in the last 4 league matches. The host Stanley coming into this one with a good away win against Gillingham, and they've won 2 of their last 4 league matches. Indeed, my prediction for this one, I fancy Accrington to follow this up with back-to-back wins, and I think they're going to win this game 2-0. Yeah, I do. So that is my prediction. But next up, we then turn our attention and move up to West Yorkshire as our neighbours Bradford City take on Gillingham at the University of Bradford Stadium. The visitors arrive losing 3 matches in succession, with just 1 win in the last 4 matches, with that solitary win coming back on the 28th of September as they beat Barrow 2-0. The host Bradford have won back-to-back games coming to this one with 2 wins from their last 4. So again, a team that always seems to be up there in the playoff picture, but can they this season, can this be their time to get back up to League One after being in League Two for a very long time? But for me, my prediction for this game, I'm going to go for a Bradford City win. I'm going to go 3-1 to the home side. I can't see anything other than that, unfortunately, for Gillingham's sake. I just think Bradford being the home side, I think they'll make that count and they'll win this game. But look on to the next game as well now. Bromley taking on Tranmere Rovers at Hayes Lane. The visitors arrive on the back of a 2-0 loss at home against Bradford. Stretching further back though, they've won none of the last 4, drawing 3 of the 4. In fact, their last win in the league came way back on the 31st of August, beating Carlisle United 2-1 away from home. On to the hosts now, Bromley, who aren't in very good form themselves either. Drawing 3 and losing 1 in the last 4 games, so they are winless. They did get a clean sheet last time out though against Fleetwood away from home. Their last win though in the league stretches all the way back to August the 17th, beating AFC Wimbledon at home. Now this is a tricky one to predict this, really, to be honest with you, but I think I'm going to go for a narrow 1-0 victory for Bromley. I think it is going to be a Bromley win just, but it could go either way this one, but I've just edged towards Bromley, so there we are. Next up then, it is Carlisle United taking on Harrogate Town at Brunton Park. The visitors arrive here on the back of a 1-0 win against Newport. Stretching further back though, they've won 2 of the last 4 games, so in very good form as they arrive at Brunton Park. The hosts Carlisle though are currently find themselves at the bottom of the table with 7 points and have lost 3 out of the last 4 league games, with their last win coming on the 21st of September, beating Swindon 2-0 away from home. So a long way for a victory there. And is this going to be where they end that winless run? For me, I can't see anything other than a Harrogate win here. I think they'll have too much for Carlisle. Carlisle, have really obviously had a very struggling start to the season, obviously finding themselves at the bottom of the table at the moment. And I just think Harrogate will have too much. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for the visitors in this one. Now down to Essex, as Colchester United are taking on Cheltenham Town at the JobServe Community Stadium. The visitors arrive here in very poor form, losing 2 on the bounce and only managing 1 win in the last 4 games, with that victory coming on the 1st of October. Colchester though, our hosts, come into this game on the back of 2 draws on the bounce in the league, with 1 win in the last 4, with that victory coming on the 21st of September against Tranmere by 3-0. So their wait for a win has been a good few weeks now. They'll be looking to end that and get back to winning ways here. For me, I think they will get back to winning ways, and I'm going to go for a 1-0 victory to Colchester United. It's going to be a tight game, like I say, it's not going to be a high-scoring game. Cheltenham, like I said, are struggling, so I can't see anything other I just think Colchester will just edge this one. Next up then, it's Crewe hosting Salford at the Mornflake Stadium as the visitors arrive here on the back of a 2-1 home loss to Grimsby Town. Only one win in their last 4 games as well. The hosts though, Crewe, drew 1-1 against Doncaster away from home last time out. Stretching further back, they've won 2 out of their last 4 matches. So very much a mixed bag for the visitors. Now for me, I think I'm going to have to go for a Crewe win here by 2-0. Crewe, of course, I think being the home side as well. Salford do tend to struggle on the road quite a lot, so I'm going to go for a Crewe win. Next up, we have Grimsby Town taking on Walsall at Blundell Park, with the visitors arrived here on the back of a 2-2 away draw against Chesterfield. Stretching further back, they've won 2 out of the last 4 games. The host Grimsby though coming to this one on the back of a 2-1 win away from home against Salford. Stretching further back, they've won the last 3 of the last 3 of 4 league games as well. So they are in very good form here. So for me, I think it is going to be a 3-1 victory for Grimsby Town. I do believe the Mariners will get back and win another match and try and climb that table even more so. Up next though, it is time for Morecambe taking on MK Dons at the Mazuma Mobile Stadium. The visitors arrive here on the back of a 1-0 loss at home against league leaders Port Vale. Stretching further back, only won 1 of the last 4, with that victory coming on the 1st of October, beating Harrogate Town 5-1 away from home. The host Morecambe though have really had a struggling start to the season, finding themselves in the bottom 2, joint bottom, but just off the bottom on goal difference. The off-field issues with the ownership continue to cause absolute havoc around Morecambe. And they do remain in crisis, absolutely, unfortunately, and hopefully they do sort things out very, very soon. But they do come into this game with a rare win 1-0 against Barrow away from home. With that victory, they only win in the last 4 games, however, but they will have a little bit of confidence there after that victory, so be it a narrow victory. So my prediction is, for me, I'm going to go for a Morecambe win. They're going to get back-to-back wins. I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory for the hosts. Now next up we have got Notts County taking on AFC Wimbledon at Meadow Lane. The visitors arrive here on the back of a 4-0 victory at home against bottom of the table Carlisle United. Stretching further back, they've won 2 of the last 4 league games as well, so they are in very, very good form. The hosts Notts County coming into this one on the back of a 2-2 draw against Chesterfield away from home, where they scored a late equaliser to get a point which would have felt like a win for them, absolutely. Stretching further back though, their form, they've only won 1 of the last 4, with their last victory coming on the 1st of October, beating Carlisle 1-0 away from home. For me, I think Notts County will get back to winning ways. I really do think that. The hosts, I'm going to go for a 3-1 victory for Notts County in this one. The penultimate game of Matchday 12 is league leaders Port Vale taking on Fleetwood at Vale Park. The visitors arrive here on the back of a 0-0 draw in the league against Bromley. Stretching further back, their form has seen them win 2 of the last 4 league games. The host Port Vale had a flying start to the season. They come into this one on the back of back-to-back wins, and stretching further back, they've won 3 of the last 4 games. They are flying at the moment. Can they keep it going? We will soon find out. But for me, I do think they will keep it going, but I'm going to go for a tight score. I think Fleetwood will provide a test for them, absolutely, because they're not in You know what I mean? They're not in bad form themselves. Yeah, so for me, I'm going to go for Port Vale 2-1 victory in this one. And the final game of the League 2 weekend sees Swindon taking on Doncaster Rovers. The visitors arrive here on the back of a 1-1 draw against Crewe at home. Stretching further back, they've won 2 out of their last 4 games, so in very good form. Absolutely at the moment. The host Swindon come into this one on the back of a 3-2 win against Cheltenham away from home. With that victory, they only win in the last 4 games, but they will have had confidence from that victory against Cheltenham. Can they continue that in this game? For me, I don't think they can, and I think Doncaster will pick up an away victory by 2-1 in this one. But guys, that is your Matchday 12 League 2 predictions. I really hope you have enjoyed this video. Like I said, make sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and comment your predictions down below in full, and I will have a look at them as well. But yeah, I'm really happy to get the prediction shows back on track again. I'm going to be very consistent with these every single week, and let's see if we can get a little league table going, see who can come out on top come the end of the season. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, like I said, I'll see you very soon. Next up, the League 1 predictions video coming out very, very soon. Take care, and thanks for all your support, and I'll see you on the next one.